Right now, US aircraft carriers are patrolling the world's oceans, carrying weapons so advanced they redefine naval warfare. These aren't experimental prototypes. These are operational systems deployed in combat zones today. 5 weapons so powerful they terrify America's enemies. Here's why. The Floating Fortress. US Navy aircraft carriers represent the ultimate expression of military power. 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers. Each one a sovereign piece of American territory. But size isn't what makes them unstoppable. It's what they carry. Hidden on flight decks and inside weapons bays are systems that have evolved dramatically in just the past 2 years. Technology that was science fiction 5 years ago is now standard equipment. Mounted on fighter jets in the South China Sea, the Mediterranean, the Red Sea. Every weapons system designed with one purpose: maintain American naval dominance against rising threats. China is building carriers. Russia is developing hypersonic missiles. Iran is deploying swarms of drones. The US Navy's response? Deploy weapons these adversaries can't counter. These 5 systems represent the cutting edge, operational right now. Proven in combat. Let's break them down. The 300-mile sniper. The AIM-1174B. Nickname: Gunslinger. This missile didn't exist 3 years ago. Now it's changing everything. Longest range air-to-air weapon ever carried by an American fighter jet. Range: over 300 miles. That's 3 times farther than standard missiles on F-35s and F-22s. The AIM-174B is based on the SM-6, a ship-launched missile that's protected Navy destroyers for years. The Navy removed the booster, modified it for aircraft mounting. Now F/A-18 Super Hornets carry it under their wings. Single fighter jet, launch from 300 miles away. Destroy enemy aircraft before they're anywhere near the carrier. First public appearance, RIMPAC exercises, July 2024. Photos showed Super Hornets from US Carl Vinson carrying 2 of these massive missiles. Initial reaction: must be a test. Then the Navy confirmed it. Fully operational, deployed with Carrier Air Wing 5 in Japan. Stationed just hundreds of miles from the Taiwan Strait. Why does this matter? China developed the PL-15 and PL-17, long-range missiles designed to keep American carriers at distance. PL-15 range, approximately 120 miles. AIM-174B, more than doubles that. American pilots can now shoot down Chinese early warning aircraft and surveillance planes before Chinese fighters get in range. Without those support aircraft, China's entire air defense strategy collapses. But it's not just air-to-air. The AIM-174B can hit ships, ground targets. It carries a 140-pound warhead, 3 times bigger than standard air-to-air missiles. Flight speed, Mach 3.5, almost impossible to intercept. The Navy is testing versions that can shoot down hypersonic missiles. This weapon doesn't just protect the carrier. It changes the battlefield itself. The invisible ship killer. The F-35C Lightning II equipped with LRASM. The C model is specifically designed for aircraft carriers. Bigger wings, stronger landing gear, tailhook, built for repeated carrier landings. But the real threat isn't the aircraft. It's what it carries. AIM-158C LRASM. Long-range anti-ship missile. Stealth cruise missile designed to sink enemy warships from over 200 miles away. The F-35C can carry 2 externally, or fit them inside its weapons bay when stealth is critical. Here's what makes LRASM terrifying. It doesn't need GPS to find targets. Uses infrared sensors and an onboard computer to identify enemy ships. Even during electronic warfare. Enemy tries jamming the signal, LRASM doesn't care. It keeps going. Launched from a stealth fighter. Enemy doesn't know it's coming until impact. US George Washington recently deployed with F-35Cs carrying LRASM during Talisman Sabre exercises, July 2025. First time this combination was used in live military exercises with allies. Australia, UK and Japan watched American F-35s demonstrate the ability to hunt and destroy surface targets without being detected. But LRASM is only part of the equation. The F-35C isn't just a bomber. It's a sensor platform. Its radar and infrared systems detect enemy aircraft and ships long before they detect the F-35. Then it sends that data to other fighters, destroyers, even missiles in flight. Sensor fusion. Every F-35 becomes a battle manager. China knows this. That's why they're desperately trying to develop stealth fighters. But they're years behind. 3 carriers currently operate F-35Cs, us Carl Vinson, us Abraham Lincoln, us George Washington, all flying in the Pacific right now. Firepower no other country can match, and it's getting better. New upgrades in 2026 allow the F-35C to carry 6 air-to-air missiles internally instead of 4. 50% more firepower. No sacrifice to stealth. The rolling defender. Offense means nothing if you can't protect the carrier. Enter the RIM-1116 rolling airframe missile. The carrier's last line of defense against incoming missiles. One of the most effective point defense systems ever built. Every U.S. aircraft carrier, Nimitz class to the brand new Gerald R. Ford, is equipped with at least 2 MQ-49 launchers. Each launcher holds 21 RIM-1116 missiles. Small, lightweight, incredibly fast. What makes them special? How they work. Dual mode guidance system. First, it locks onto radio signals from an incoming missile. Most anti-ship missiles emit radar signals to track targets. RIM-116 detects that signal, flies straight toward it. Then, final seconds before impact, switches to infrared guidance. Enemy tries jamming the radar, missile still hits. And here's the kicker. The RIM-116 rolls as it flies. That's why it's called the rolling airframe missile. The rolling motion allows simpler, lighter guidance systems. Faster, cheaper to produce. But don't let cost fool you. This thing is lethal. Recent combat operations in the Red Sea, Navy ships equipped with RIM-116 systems successfully shot down multiple Houthi drones and cruise missiles. Us Abraham Lincoln fired several during live fire drills in the Pacific last year. They work. Every single time. But carriers don't rely solely on RIM-116. They also have the Phalanx close-in weapon system, radar-guided Gatling gun. Fires 20 mm rounds at 4,500 rounds per minute. If a missile gets past RIM-116, Phalanx shreds it to pieces. Together, these systems create a defensive bubble almost impossible to penetrate. The Navy is now upgrading destroyers to replace older Phalanx systems with more RIM-116 launchers. That tells you how effective this weapon is. When you need to stop a supersonic anti-ship missile traveling at Mach 2, you want RIM-1116 on your side. The layered shield, the evolved Sea Sparrow missile. SM Block 2. Medium-range missile designed to intercept threats too far out for RIM-16 to handle. Range, approximately 30 miles. Can engage multiple target types. Cruise missiles, aircraft, drones. What makes Block 2 special? Active radar guidance. Older versions needed the ship's radar to guide them all the way to target. Block 2 guides itself. That means carriers can fire multiple missiles at different targets without overloading radar systems. Carriers are equipped with MiG-29 launchers. Each holds 8 SM missiles, strategically placed around the ship for 360-degree coverage. If an anti-ship missile comes in low over water, SM can drop down and intercept just feet above the waves. Sea skimming mode, designed specifically to counter modern Russian and Chinese cruise missiles that fly close to the surface to avoid radar detection. SM Block 2 entered service in 2020. Now deployed across the entire NATO alliance, American carriers can integrate with Allied ships, share missile defense data in real time. European destroyer detects a threat, sends information to the carrier. Carrier fires SM before the enemy gets close. This interoperability is something adversaries don't have. China and Russia operate alone. They don't have the trust or technology to share data across multiple platforms. We do. Massive advantage. Live fire tests. SM Block 2 achieved near-perfect success rates, hitting targets 29 out of 30 times. When you're defending a $13 billion aircraft carrier with 5,000 sailors on board, reliability is everything. The versatile workhorse, the F/A-18EF Super Hornet Block 3, backbone of Navy air power for over 20 years. But the Block 3 version flying today is not the same jet that entered service in the early 2000s. Completely upgraded with technology rivaling 5th-generation fighters, new advanced cockpit display, upgraded radar, longer range fuel tanks, reduced radar signature. But real power comes from what it carries. In addition to AIM-174B, the Super Hornet carries AIM-120D AMRAAM missiles, AIM-9X Sidewinders, Joint Strike Missile, AIM 120D. Range over 100 miles. Uses advanced data link systems to receive targeting updates in flight. AIM 9X. Most maneuverable air-to-air missile in the world. Can turn on a dime. Track targets even behind the launching aircraft. Joint Strike Missile. Stealthy cruise missile designed to hit ground targets and ships from over 180 miles away. What makes the Super Hornet valuable? Versatility. Air-to-air combat. Close air support. Electronic warfare. Aerial refueling. Some Super Hornets configured purely as tankers to extend the range of other fighters. F-35s and other Super Hornets can fly farther, stay in the fight longer. In 2025, the Navy took delivery of new aircraft. But the Super Hornet isn't going anywhere. Navy plans to keep flying upgraded Block 3 models well into the 2040s. Why? They work. Reliable. Proven in combat. Pilots love flying them. Recent operations in the Red Sea, Super Hornets from US Dwight D. Eisenhower flew over 15,000 combat hours without a single loss. Shot down Houthi drones. Struck ground targets. Provided air cover for Allied ships. Combat-proven performance you can't get from simulation, and it's getting better. Navy testing new conformal fuel tanks that extend range by 30%. New electronic warfare pods. Better jamming and detection capabilities. Integration with MQ-25 Stingray drone refueler will allow operations hundreds of miles farther from the carrier. 5 weapons, all operational right now on US aircraft carriers. AIM 174B Gunslinger with 300-mile reach. F-35C Lightning II carrying stealth cruise missiles. RIM 116 rolling airframe missile defending against incoming threats. Evolved Sea Sparrow missile providing layered defense. Super Hornet Block 3, the most versatile fighter jet on the planet. These aren't concepts. Not prototypes sitting in labs. Real systems, mounted on real aircraft. Deployed on real carriers. Operating in real combat zones right now. The men and women of the US Navy train every day to operate these systems. They run drills, study, prepare, execute flawlessly. That's what makes our military the best in the world. Not just technology, the people behind it. China can build carriers, Russia can threaten. But they don't have what we have. Experience, training, technology. That's why America's aircraft carriers remain the most powerful weapons on the planet. If you found this breakdown of carrier weapons systems valuable, smash that like button. Subscribe for more military technology content. Turn on notifications. Quick question for the comments. Which of these 5 weapons impressed you most? The 300-mile Gunslinger or the versatile Super Hornet? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.